Well, all right. Hello and happy Saturday, everyone. I think we've all had our fill of turkey and all the amazing foods that we eat for the holiday. And maybe you got some Black Friday shopping done. You got some good deals yesterday, but you know it's going to take you all the way through till Cyber Monday. So just keep an eye out for all the smoking deals that are coming online. For those who don't know me, I am Cecilia Faye Morris, the digital marketing maven, and I teach business owners how to use digital marketing strategies to build their brand and their business online. And you can see the circle of my ring light. So let me move this over here. Maybe you won't see the circle so bad. All right, I think this is better. And today I want to introduce you to the amazing William and Evora Baker. I just love them to death. They are the sweetest couple ever. And I love them because they're like a sponge. They soak up everything that I teach them and they take it and they implement it and they make it work in their business. They are my latest couple to come into my world. They are 70 and 76 collectively. I think I got that right. But they are so awesome and amazing. I love what they do. I love them as a couple. And I love that they chose me to help them build their business with Facebook ads. So without further ado, let me introduce you to William and Evora Baker, we for short.
Hello, it is so great to be here. Let me just tell everyone that we moved middle age to 85.
Yes.
So William and I have not even made it to middle age yet. So we're looking forward to all the things that we're going to be able to do as we continue to build and expand our business.
I love it. You guys are so awesome and so vibrant. I love working with you. Again, you are like a sponge. You soak up everything I give you. You take it and you run with it all the way to the bank. But before we start talking about the amazing results you're getting with your Facebook ads, before we talk about how you're growing your group with Facebook ads, tell us a little bit about what made you want to use Facebook ads.
Well, we had been doing it what we call old school traditional way, and that wasn't working. It doesn't matter what kind of spin you put on it, it still just was not getting us the traction that we needed.
Yeah, calling people not working like it used to 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
Sending out emails, blanket emails, just don't work. Even sending emails to people that you are in your contact list. It worked because people today don't read emails. And so we were spending a lot of time, a lot of energy, and we were going backwards.
And a lot of money because we were also doing radio ads.
Oh, yeah.
And back in the day, the radio ads worked well, but they fell off. And so we had to do something else. There's a way, we just need to find the way.
Awesome. So when you were looking for another way, what were you seeking and what did you find?
Well, we knew about social media, but that was about the extent of it. We didn't know how it really worked and how we could benefit or how we could use it to optimize what we wanted to do. And so, we didn't want to go on blindly. I mean, we didn't want to just throw money after money after money and not get any positive results. You get some results, but maybe not what you're looking for, or you're just pouring money down the rabbit hole.
And so in 1999, that year will stand forever in my mind.
Oh, wow.
Because we actually, in our real estate company, we just hired someone to do the marketing, to do everything for us. So at the end of the day, I knew nothing.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And so what we decided was I don't like being in that situation. So we're going to change it. This time I'm going to learn. And as we move forward, we may bring someone else on, but at least we will know what we're doing and what they need to be doing.
It's like coming up through the ranks versus somebody who just gets promoted out of the pure blue. If you know how to do the things that you're supervising or managing, then you're in a better position as opposed to somebody who's, well, I'm just a manager, but I don't know the details.
Right.
And so you're at the mercy of that programmer or whomever, because, if you don't pay them what they want, or you don't, they've got the strings, they've got purse strings, your purse strings. And so, And I remember one time when we had when email first came out, and I had bellsouth.net.
Oh wow.
And I never did do AOL, but I had bellsouth.net, and they kept on changing and kept on changing and kept on changing. So eventually we said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. So we went to GoDaddy and we bought my name.
Yeah.
And that's how we got our email address. And we can do whatever we wanted to do, and we controlled it. BellSouth and AT&T and all these folks, they can do whatever they want, but we can control our destiny.
So that was the beginning of us starting to market us. Every time you got an email from us, it was either Evora at whbaker3.com or Evora at Evora Morrison, which is what I used in business. So that was the thing. But here's what got us to use Cecilia.
Yes.
And it was not a straight path. Okay. It was not a straight path. It was one of those paths that, there are a lot of people on the internet and social media that tell you what they can do.
Right.
They said, we can do this, 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 and this. And all of them who are saying that really can't do it.
True.
What we needed is someone that could take us from where we were, which were neophytes as far as social media, and get us to being productive on social media. Now, let me give a disclaimer. We had someone before we finally got to Cecilia.
Yep.
And so that tells you that everyone's not going to be doing what they say they're going to do.
Yes.
Cecilia and I contacted in November of 21.
Yep.
Our first contact with each other. And she said, let me know if I can ever do anything. And that was it. No push, no anything else. So I said, let me just put this to the side. But it was so interesting. I was getting an email from her maybe like every month or something like that. And one came in and it piqued my attention. She was doing the 3-day class. I said, I'm going to go to that. And so this was in August. So you got November 21 and we're in August of 22.
Right.
Before we actually stepped in the arena to say, let me see if she's going to do it.
What I use as a comparison or illustration when I look at Cecilia and some of the other quote experts on the internet about using social media, I liken it to a college professor who's never run a business, teaching an accounting course, who's never done an accounting business, but they're teaching this course. Versus someone who's been in the business, they've written the checks, they worried about payroll, they worried about delivery, they know the ins and outs. I would rather have someone like that as opposed to someone who is, okay, I've got a PhD in business administration, but I've never run a business.
Right. Love it.
And you're the former. I mean, you're the former. You not only talk the talk, you know how to walk, you know how to put on the shoes and the stockings or whatever.
And so at the first day when we had gone over it, I said, oh, this is good. She can explain it. She can but the way you explained it was not like you were talking down to me, or talking down to us. So I said, oh, this is great. Bill wasn't on it. So then I had the task of bringing him on board.
Right.
So the first day I said, oh, this is good. I'm taking this class and he's doing this and this. And he just kind of looked at me.
And okay, so I'm not a skeptic.
But
so Evora goes through these things and she says, oh yeah, I'm going to take this class. Oh, this is awesome. And I'm in the other room. And that's all I could hear with this woman with this laugh. I said, who in the world is that laugh, boy? And I got to see who that is because, man, it's got my attention. So when I came in, you were going over some stuff, and I sat down beside Evora and I started listening. So, that's some practical advice. She is actually showing you how to do it. It's like, okay, like a parent who child wants to learn how to ride a bicycle.
Right.
And you got two ways of doing it. So here's the bicycle, get on and ride it. Or you can say, okay, this is how you do the bicycle. This is how you balance it. This is how you get on. This is, and so forth. And that's what you do. You don't just throw people out in the world and say, okay, have at it. You're in there with them.
Yes, well, your success is my priority, and I made a commitment to myself and my business to make sure that I was not a lot of what we see out there online. I wanted to make sure that you knew that I was here to support you, guide you, and help you every step of the way, which is a great lead in to where we are now. So, kind of to preface that, so when you came on board, I was teaching you funnels and landing pages and pixels and all this technical jargon that you had never heard of before, but you were able to take it and run with it. So let's talk a little bit about the training you got leading up to creating your first Facebook ad.
Well, before we do that, we were in another group course or whatever, and he talked about the same thing, funnels and all of this sort of stuff. And man, I didn't know a funnel from a cup of water. I mean, tell me what, I don't know what I got the concept. I know what a funnel is, and I know about sifting and stuff, but don't just give me the terminology. Show me, explain it to me, how it works and so forth. Oh, don't tell me, well, you'll get it, just do it, you'll get it. Oh, no.
Because you need that basic understanding. And in any field, when you're changing field, like my expertise is in real estate. Right. Ask me any terminology about real estate, I can explain it to you. And now I moved into a totally different arena. I'm social media. What does this mean? What is a landing page? I have a website. Why can't I use my website? Right. What is the funnel, and what is the funnel going to do? Well, before we had gone through that, and I was still in the same place. We didn't fully understand what we were doing.
Yep.
Right.
We started working with Cecilia, but I need to go back and let everyone know that initially on the second day, I'm still talking to Bill and saying, listen, I think we really need to do this. And so on the third day, it's like, we really need to do this. So we did a little research.
Yep.
And he was able to get more comfortable. And then we were able to pull the trigger and join you. And so that was great. It wasn't just like, boom, 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 we're going to do this. But there was some that went into place.
Some brainstorming.
Yeah. And
well, I love that you vetted me, because the best way to learn about somebody is to ask somebody, right?
Yes.
So I love that my reputation precedes me, and you were able to speak with people who could actually work with me and gotten results. So I don't mind anybody checking up on me. My pedigree is clean. I make sure I put some good juju out there in the universe, so that way the good karma comes back my way. But I loved how you did your due diligence, and I think that's where a lot of people get caught up. It happened to me. I just did a year ago. I signed up with someone who was supposed to be a guru in this space, right? Paid him $4,000, and in 30 days, I never even saw him. He never came to any of the training. And even though I've been following him for 2 years and I saw this great work he did, I didn't do my due diligence. I got caught up in the name. I got caught up in his presence to where I didn't ask somebody, hey, how does this work for you, or what happened? So I'm glad you said that you did your due diligence and didn't just jump right in, because so many people get burned, self included, when we don't do that. So I love that you checked up on me.
Well, you get me one time, shame on me, but I'm not going to get got the second time. And so get got, and I meant to say that. And so once William and I finished talking with the person, he had a better feel, we had a better feel, and we were able to move forward. And we have not been disappointed at all, because we have gone from not knowing absolutely anything, understanding what we're doing, being able to put it in place. And if there's a question, if I go back and look at the recording again, which is wonderful having, and I still don't get it, I can always can contact you. And so that is wonderful. So we have gone from not knowing anything, understanding the terminology, being able to put together a ad. And I want to say, when you were telling us about copy 1, copy 2, copy 3, copy long, copy medium, copy short, I'm saying, what is this?
Right?
It's like, why do you need all of this stuff? And she keeps saying, well, just let the audience decide. And I'm saying, well, it's my money. I need to decide. So I understand that. But now, as we've gone through and we were able to write an effective copy 1, copy 2, copy short, medium, and long.
Yep.
And we put it out there. and the audience selected.
Yes.
And so we have been doing well with our ad. People are coming in to our Facebook group. People are joining and people are liking what we're putting out there, and it is wonderful. So Bill and I just kind of look at it and we just smile at each other saying, can you believe it? We've made it to this point.
Yes.
Yeah, it was funny because the other day we were saying, man, I wish we had 10 people in our group.
Yeah.
Man, then we had 10 people. Man, I wish we had 25 people. Oh, man, I wish we had 50 people. Man, I wish we had 100 people. Oh, man, so we kind of got that curve is going up, boy.
Yes.
And you know, it's interesting the way you did it with the letting the people decide. Once you get that final ad that they picked, you just sit back and watch. And every day, I mean, that thing, we'll probably run that one ad from now to eternity.
We'll add some other ones to it, but it's
that
like
one ad, boy.
This one is great. We've had today alone, we've had 5 people to request to join the Facebook group.
Awesome.
10 people to go and look at the ad and fill out the information to get our free carrot. And so it's working. It's working. When we wake up in the morning, starting at 3, I can see what people have gone on at 3, 4, and I tell Bill, we got these many people who've already registered.
Love it. Well, you know, I was going to get into that because I love the progress that you've made. And you're right. You have gone up like a rocket. I mean, once we went through the testing protocol, and again, I appreciate you taking my direction. You know, sometimes people forget who's the coach and who's the student, but you guys took my direction and you listened to what my reasons were. Like everything I do, there's a reason for it, right? I'm not just pulling it out of the air and saying, do this. So you started your first ad, I believe it was on October 10th, somewhere around October 10th. Yes. And when we looked at your numbers on Wednesday, because I made sure we check your numbers every time we meet. So this past Wednesday before Thanksgiving, you brought in close to 300 people in your group. Over 300, I'm sorry, for your ad. Over 300 people have opted in, meaning giving you their name and email from your ad since October 10th. Have you been able to see this type of success with anything else you tried?
No.
And especially with not as much effort. I mean,
right.
I mean, it's like, you know, an airplane taking off, you need a lot of energy to get off. So that was our training period. That was what you taught us. But once we got to cruising altitude, I mean, we're just cruising along now.
Yep. And when we looked at it on Wednesday, you're averaging roughly about $1.27 per lead. So I know in your previous life, you were actually buying leads.
Oh, Lord.
What was your average cost per lead? And what was the quality of that lead as well?
You know, it depends on where you started on the scale. Some of them were like 23 cents a lead. Some of them went up to $3 plus a lead. And we, you know, I wanted to try them all as one last chance to see if it's going to work. It doesn't matter what you pay. You could pay $5 a lead, or you could pay 23 cents a lead. We got the same, which was
$0. Yeah, and when we hadn't done radio ads in quite a while, but a segment for a radio ad was
like $20 a lead. Depending on how many came in, you paid X number of dollars, and it depended on how many came in. Yeah. So that was still expensive for no measurable results.
Yeah, in the beginning it worked well because you could figure out of maybe 10 people, you got 1 or 2 to join.
So in the beginning, he's talking about like in 2007. That's the beginning that he's talking about. Okay, so that's been a while. Everything has changed.
Yeah. And so, but then later, when you came aboard, we were spending the same amount of money, and you could spend $20 or more per lead on your radio ads, and you got the same results or worse than you did on a 20 cents lead, 23 cents or 25 cent lead. And these are people who contacted you.
Right.
They responded to the radio ad and they forgot that they did it.
Okay.
I mean, and you call them almost immediately.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm not interested. I mean, so that's $20 going out the window.
God. Well, and what you did with your ad, which there's two avenues you can go. So once people come to your ad, they give you their name and email. On the thank you page, you can just say thank you, or you can give them something else to do, which is what I encourage in the training. So you encourage people to join you in your Facebook group. So where is your Facebook group today, approximately in terms of members?
89.
All right now.
We just had one other one, so we're at 90. And that's those who are saying, we want the information, we want what you have, and we've been able to have engagement and interaction. And so it is absolutely wonderful.
That is fantastic. Well, I'm loving how your world is practically exploding now that you're using Facebook ads. You're getting these targeted leads. People are actually coming in every day because they want what you have to offer. So let's talk about the offers, because a lot of times people get intimidated because they're like, I don't know what to offer. And I know when we started in the beginning, you had an idea of what you wanted to offer, but I was able to gently persuade you to kind of follow my lead. But let's talk about the offer a little bit, how you came up with it and how it's working for you.
Well, as a business owner, what you want is you want to put your most expensive product out there. That's what you want to do, because you want to say, look, we can get X number of dollars for this and yada. And this is what we need to do. And then we have to stop and look to see what is it that would resonate more with people, because what we want to do is to serve. We don't want to sell, we want to serve.
Yes.
And in order to be able to serve, we need to give them something. Right. So we made an adjustment. And what we looked at was, what is one thing that people would want information on? Yep. And that's how to select a good, high quality vitamin. So our carrot is a PDF that goes through how you select a good quality supplement. And that's what we're using.
Awesome. And for those who are watching live or in the replay, I did include in the description how you can get a copy of the checklist from William and Evora to make sure you are taking a high quality vitamin and how to get into their world. So let's take a step back for a second and talk about why health is the new wealth for you, and why sharing health benefits to people is so important to you.
Well, I am an insurance broker, and I do a lot of health insurance, especially this time of year.
Right.
And I'll go and sit down with someone, a couple maybe, and we'll go over their health insurance needs. And one of the things that you do is find out what prescriptions they're taking, because you have to look at formularies, because every plan has a different formulary, even with the same company.
Right.
And I look at people and I ask them, okay, well, you're taking prescriptions, and I can look at myself. I take one. One, at my age, I take one. And it's,
so awesome.
And sometimes they'll go and they'll bring this Tupperware bag, or they'll have a legal list. They'll have 12 different pills. They got a legal page, and I'm saying, what? And you may have blood pressure, and they got 3 or 4 different blood pressure pills. You got cholesterol, and they may take 2 or 3 cholesterol pills, and they've got this, that, and the other. And I'm saying, you got 12 to 15 different pills. I'm saying it to myself.
Of course.
And I said, wow. And that's how we said, wait a minute, people are equating lifestyle with themselves, with their health.
Right.
And they just say, I'll go to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, you got this problem or this issue. Here's a prescription. And they just follow along the Piper and they take the prescription, as opposed to not questioning the doctor. Okay, well, what can I do to change that?
Yep.
And so that was the genesis of what we wanted to do. We wanted to give people information in a easy, digestible fashion, so that they can make their own decision, as opposed to telling them what to do.
And so a long time ago, there was a commercial, Fran commercial. You either pay me now or you pay me later.
Right.
So
the oil filter.
It was an oil filter. And I really like that, because when we look at things, Bill and I years ago looked at where we are and where we would end up if we were not doing things differently. So we made an adjustment years ago in everything that we do. And so we've been talking to people because they're coming. They'll say, well, how did you do this? And how did you do this? He takes one prescription. I take one prescription for my thyroid, and I'm 70. And when you go to the doctor and they ask you, and it's not your primary care, but you tell them, the last time the doctor walked out and sent the nurse back in, and the nurse asked me the same question. I said, but I just told the doctor, is there something that you're not understanding? I take one. She said, well, most people take more than that. I said, we're not most people.
Right.
So we need to take care of ourselves. And so what we realized is that in just talking with those who call me or who email me or who text me, that we had something that we could share. Layman terms that we could share and help people, because we've been there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I had a twin brother, and we were fraternal twins.
Oh, wow.
And I guess back in, I must have been in my 40s.
Oh, wow.
He died.
Oh, no.
And I remember now, although we weren't identical twins, we were basically the same. We were the same height. I mean, other than not looking alike, we dressed alike. I mean, we were fraternal twins.
Right.
And I remember seeing him in my 40s, and he was 200 pounds heavier than me.
Oh my God.
He was taking as many pills as a typical 70-year-old would take.
Wow.
And he died.
Oh my goodness.
And it all has to do with lifestyle.
Right.
Not doing anything that illegal or anything that was out of the ordinary. It was just doing things that people take for granted.
Yep.
And it had an effect on him. And, and so that was the beginning, subconsciously, that was the beginning of looking at what we put in our bodies.
Yeah.
And it's like a post I just did. I was raised in the South, so I could
Yep.
and everything else. So we had to just make some adjustments. Which one do I want? Do I want to live and be able to get around, or do I want to live and be in a wheelchair and have someone pushing me around? It's just the choices that we make. Yeah. And once we were able to do it, we said, let's just share this. Let's help everyone else be able to get their wealth by having good health.
Awesome. And you two definitely are not the typical 70 and 76-year-olds. You have so much energy and so much life. And I can see how that would be a wake-up call, especially being fraternal twins and everything, and to diverge, to go in two different directions later on in life. And then to lose him at such a young age. 40-something is so young nowadays. So I totally can understand how you would want to focus on yourself. And then you share with me a little bit about, we all had some losses during the pandemic, and how that was another catalyst for you to want to share the benefits of good health with people that you come in contact with. And you don't do it in an overbearing kind of way to where it's like in your face. You don't do it in a way they're like, okay, here come William and Evora again. Hey, great, talk that stuff. But you do it in a way that is so gentle and so open that people are receptive to what you have to say.
It's in business, especially in sales, the best client is a referral.
Yeah.
When people send someone to you because they've utilized your product or your service, they refer. That's telling you, one, that they trust you.
Right.
They understand the product or service, but they trust you because their name is on the line when they refer someone to you.
Yep.
Well, that's how we are. We get in our business, in my business, and both of our businesses, referrals.
Yep.
And those are the best ones because we put little effort. And that is what your ads do.
Yes.
Because your ads make people, strangers, like us.
Right.
Yes.
And they come to us because they know us, they like us, and they trust us.
Yep.
From that credibility that we've been building up, thanks to how you've had us to go through the process. And as I was thinking earlier, I like doing puzzles. I used to do them manually. Now I kind of do them online. But we always try to outline the edges and then we start putting things in.
Yep.
So with working with you, you were able to give us an overview, and then you started putting the pieces in to where we have the finished puzzle.
I love it. And that brings me to my next question again, because as you said, you guys were neophytes. So this whole world of online marketing and everything was very, very new to you. Can you talk a little bit about the training? Because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to watch tons of videos, or oh, I don't want to do a lot of reading. I tried to make the training succinct as well as giving you what you need, right? So we hit it, we get in, we get out, we on to the next thing. Can you talk a little bit about not only the training portal, the membership portal where everything is housed, but also the support that you get when we have our live coaching calls?
Well, your training, let me do this first. Your training is like being a part of the family. It's like either you could be our cousin or little sister or somebody like that. And that it's very personable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, okay, you standing on the podium looking down at us,
mm-hmm.
and you share your blemishes. and it makes it friendly. It's not intimidating. And I like the approach that you use, because in the groups are small enough that we can interact with each other.
Yep.
And that's important, because you allow us to make mistakes, or everybody to make, if they're going to make a mistake, and then we learn from each other.
Yes.
And you kind of like guiding us. You don't say, okay, do this. Okay, let me see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, hey, think about this. Maybe you need to go back and then read. Yeah. And that's what I like about the training. Okay. One of the things I like about the training.
Let's talk about the portal, which is where we'll be introduced to do our training.
Yes.
It's not overwhelming. Everything is laid out. And the beauty of it is you get to work at your own pace. Yes. I decide when I'm going to come to the computer. If I'm freshest in the morning and I want to sit down and start, then I do. If something comes up and I need to pause it, I can pause it and go back to it. If there's something that's said and I'm saying, wait a minute, I missed that, I can go back. And so what we have is we have pieces that are put together in the order that you need them. Not a lot, no fluff. This is what you need in order to learn and do what you need to do. Awesome. And so as you go through it, there are PDFs, there's information that you can download if you're a reader, and I love the videos, but I am a reader.
Yep.
I'm taking that paper with me, so I'm able to print off what I need, and then I can go back and look at it and I can study it. And so the beauty of it, it allows you to take it in, learn it, to apply it. And then since we're going to be doing this to infinity and beyond, to make sure that you've learned it. You can quiz yourself. And I like that. I like the order that it's in. They're not 3 hours. They're not long. They're short, so they're digestible. You can pick it up, go through it. If you need to come back through it, it's there. And then to piggyback to what William is saying, when we have our group coaching session, love how she started, because we know that sale is a 5-letter word, SERVE. So she says, how may I serve you? I just love that. I just love it. The fact that she's there to help us. And so start with wherever we are. Now, here's the beauty of it. If it's something that's not connected, because sometimes my mind may not quite connect with what I need to be doing. So she'll ask for permission to share, take control of my screen, and then she will walk me through what she was trying to show me that I wasn't getting. And then once she showed it to me how I need to do it, she'll give me back control of my screen, and she said, "Now you do it."
Yep.
And that's wonderful, because it's just right there, because she's still there to guide me.
Yeah. Yes. In college, if you've gone to college, you may have a course that's taught by a professor, PhD, and then you may have a course that's taught by a graduate assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, and the professor will say, if you have any questions, you can make an appointment and you can see me on whenever for this amount of time, or you can see my graduate assistant and they can help you. Well, that's kind of good and that's bad. There's some, benefits of that.
Yeah.
The problem is you really don't get to understand. You don't get into the professor's mind, as it were, unless
Right.
you're the professor's favorite. Well, in your classes, in your training, you are a combination of the professor, the graduate student, and the dean. Okay? And so your accessibility is awesome.
Yes.
If we have a problem, it could be because we're on Central Time and you're on Eastern Time.
Right.
And so if we have a problem, it could be 11 o'clock our time at night and 12 your time, and we can send you a message, boy, and lo and behold, bam, whatever the time frame may be, you will get back with us. And if you can't solve the problem through a message, well, let me call you or call me.
Hop on Zoom.
Let's get on Zoom and let's do it. Let's see what the problem is. But the one thing that you did that was so impressive was that we were having a problem with Facebook.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. When they were shutting down
Facebook, and we couldn't connect something together. And lo and behold, at Facebook, you have to send them an email and they'll get back with you.
Right.
She said, let me get back with you. And she called us back and she said, okay, I got Facebook on the phone. Let's talk.
Yep.
And my mouth hit the floor. Bam! I'm still trying to get the crack up off this floor. I mean, wait a minute. You got somebody on Facebook on the phone with us? Who are you? You ain't the dean. You're the president, chancellor, somebody. I mean, what in the world? Who knows the number to Facebook? And not only did you know the number, but you got somebody to talk to it. I said, whoa. I'm in this. Hey, let her.
You're all in now.
Right.
What we want your listening public to understand is that they have a choice.
Yes.
That they can go to wherever they want to go to learn. They can go to the gurus who says, I've done all of this and all of that. They can go to someone that says, I'm here to serve you.
Right.
I'm here to help you. I may not be the biggest, but I am the best. And so that's what we will say. You may not be as large as a lot of the other companies, but you are the best at what you do. And if they want to learn and if they want to move their business forward, then the wise things for them to do would be to contact Cecilia Morris, the digital maven.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Well, that is another great lead in because as you know, for Black Friday, I launched my very first course. A program can be intimidating to a lot of people, whether it's the time involved or the cost of the program. So I launched my first course and I mimicked the membership portal that you guys already have access to. Now, we all know how great it is to have someone to talk to bounce ideas off of, to get that guidance and direction. However, with what you've seen in the membership portal, if you did not have a live person, do you think you would still be able to succeed and create great Facebook ads?
And the answer to that in one short word is yes, because everything is laid out for what you need to go through and follow and do what you need to do. It's there. It's there. Right. So with or without the live support, what you've provided them is still a course that can get them from point A to B to C to take off.
Awesome.
And what's interesting, in our group, we have people who are in different types of industries.
Yes.
Now, all of them can utilize Facebook, but either different products or different services that are unrelated.
Yep.
But all of them are having success.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's some similarities in products, but we're all different. And we have different markets, even though they may be the same product. Some people may want to focus on this market and others with the same product focus on another market. So it's not that they're knocking heads or competing with one another, because the information, as we said in the beginning, is something that you can tailor make for you.
Yes. Well, and I want to put a different spin on it because you're network marketers. You've been in my group. We have an insurance agent, other network marketers. We have a person in our group that is doing some things with helping kids and parents or parents of kids in grade school. And but network marketing has its own nuances because in a lot of ways there's not a lot being taught to network marketers about this digital space. So what made you decide to step off the reservation and go into this digital space?
Well, we wanted to be successful, and we'd already tried everything else. We'd pick the cotton, we'd hold the cotton, we've done all of that. I'm gonna take it way back. So now we have the combine. We got the combine now that we're working with. So in order for us to continue to have a viable business, we needed to make the step to social media. And we needed someone to help us to do that, that was truly going to give us the foundation and to help us to build that foundation.
Because we didn't want to be paying somebody
again.
Yes.
And if they got to change a heart or they move, they die or whatever, they get out of the business. And then we're back to square one.
Right.
And it would have been easy just to say, okay, let me hire someone right off and let me go and do this. But we would have been in the same situation 10 years from now. We would have been still starting over. And we didn't want to continue to start over. We wanted to learn. Now, as we progress, we do see in the future that we will be bringing on someone to manage our social media, all of it, but it's going to be only after we've learned.
Plus, doing it this way has been fun. It's been nerve-wracking and pulling out all my hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't have gray hair because I don't have any hair. If I had some, it would be great.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
But no, it has really been a journey. It's been an exciting journey.
Yes.
That we've learned some things that we never thought. Well, first of all, we didn't know what we didn't know.
Right.
We didn't know the questions to ask because we didn't know what to ask.
Right.
And so what we were looking for. So it's been exciting. It's been frustrating for some people. I won't say her name, but it's her initials are Evora.
And that frustration is only because I am close to being a perfectionist. I want it done and I want it done now. And it's not always that way. The learning process, there's a learning curve. And so I just had to just put it in perspective, Evora, because I'm accustomed to looking at something, getting it and moving on. Well, it wasn't that way with this. I had to spend some time with it to get it.
She had to digest it.
Well, and again, I just love you too because you have taken the bull by the horn, so to speak, with your business. Because again, it is so hard for network marketers to understand how to use this digital space. You got the restrictions by your company, you got the restrictions from Facebook. You can't say business opportunity, you can't say make money working from home, and you have to know exactly how to present your offer in a way that people don't see you as a sleazy salesperson. And so what we teach inside of Business on Autopilot, whether it's the live program or now the digital course, is how you can create an offer of something that people want. And one of the most nerve-wracking times for me with all of my clients is the day that we pull the trigger on your ad, right? So we always schedule your ad on Sunday night to start running Monday morning. I don't meet with you again until Wednesday. So I'm always over here on pins and needles, like, what's it going to do? What's it going to do? But consistently over and over again, everybody has come out as a winner. And again, your ad is doing amazingly well. So I'm going to take a minute just to share the results that we looked at on Friday. So I'm going to share my screen here.
Before you do that.
Yes.
There are a lot of people who market the same product. I think of this jewelry stuff.
Yep.
We know a handful of people who sell the same product.
Right.
There's no differentiation between person A, woman B, down to, you could have 20 people, they got the same product. There's no differentiation. Everybody is just pushing, well, buy this, buy this, buy this.
Yeah.
Why should I buy from you when I can go here to buy it?
Right.
I can go over here to buy. Well, this person is my friend. I don't know you, so why should I? But what you've done is allowed us to differentiate ourselves from everybody else who's doing the same thing.
Right. And nobody knows what your company is. Nobody knows your company, your products. They have no idea until they get inside your Facebook group. And even when they get in your group, you still nurture them along before you even introduce them.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to share your results. Again, I think you guys are phenomenal in what it is that you've been able to accomplish in, what are we looking at? Let's see, October 10th, November 10th, about 45 days, which is amazing. So for those who aren't familiar with Facebook and the Ads Manager, I'm just going to do a quick plug for William and Evora. If you are interested in finding out how you can improve your health, because I don't care how much money you have, if you don't have good health, it doesn't matter. And also, if you want to see what it is that they're doing to build their business using digital marketing strategies, please reach out to them. Their information is in the description of this video. You can get a copy of the vitamin checklist. You can ask to join their Facebook group, and you can take it from there. But this is what 70 and 76 looks like, you guys, and they look amazing. So just a quick share. What you're looking at here is their back office from Wednesday. So they've reached a little over almost 7,000 people, right, with both of their ads. And the good thing about it is that once we let the audience pick their winner, then we just went and found a new audience. So they're running the same ad to two different audiences, and their results are almost identical, right? One is $1.24. One is $1.30, but they're bringing in targeted leads of people who actually want what they have to offer. And that's the beauty of Facebook ads. I'll go ahead and stop sharing, but that's the beauty of Facebook ads. When you give people what they want, they'll come into your world every day. You wake up to an inbox full of people that said, hey, give me that thing you got.
Yes. And that is wonderful. That is such a good feeling when you pop it open and it says, oh, and you can just count the number of people. It's wonderful. It is great.
And you're doing this on a very meager budget. We haven't talked about that. Tell us about your budget.
A daily budget is $5
per ad.
Per ad. And so, yes, that is meager. That is meager. But we are still getting results.
Exactly.
And so that's the important thing is that, okay, this is our budget, $5 a day per ad.
For $10.
So $10 a day for 2 ads, and we're getting results.
Yes.
So that would be for someone who drinks Starbucks coffee, probably a coffee and a dessert. I don't know, because we don't do Starbucks.
Well, I can tell you as a Starbucks drinker, a venti caramel macchiato with almond milk and vanilla is about $9.
Okay.
So for the price of a Starbucks, you are bringing people into your world every day. And these are people who said, hey, I want to talk to you. So it's so much easier to have confident conversations when people come to you versus you chasing them down. And as you mentioned earlier in this interview, you don't have the problem of calling them and they're like, I didn't ask for that. When you know good and darn well you did.
Exactly.
Well, you are wonderful. And now that you have been with me past the 8 weeks, you're learning some advanced Facebook ad strategies. You did your first chat bot. How's that going?
Oh, that is going wonderful. I was truly, I was apprehensive.
Yep.
But it was really easy to put together. Once you showed me the steps 2 or 3 more times, because I had watched the video and I kept missing the point. But it's great. It is going fine. I'm having the chat is having conversation. The bot it's doing its job.
Awesome. Well, that's the beauty of a business on autopilot. When you have a business on autopilot, you run your business and your business isn't running you. So you two have been amazing. Thank you for this video today. Karen hopped on. She said you guys are way too cute. Way to go. I'm going to check and see if there's been any questions from anyone. Becca.
I just want to share one final thing. Because we were able to get everything set up, and because we are continuing to process and put our business on full autopilot, we are going to venture into the field of being a RVer. So we're in the process of narrowing it down we're close to getting to that point, and we're gonna pull the trigger and hit the road.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, whenever you make it up to Ohio, you just let me know, and I'll come to whatever campground you parked your RV.
Oh no, we
can
park in your house.
Parking in front of that. Come on, you are more than welcome. Come on by. I'd be happy to have you. Well, you guys again are so amazing, and I just love working with you. I love your growth, and I love what you've been able to do as new business owners with Facebook ads. Do you have any closing words for anyone, whether they're considering joining our 8-week program or buying the digital course and working through it on their own? Any closing thoughts today?
Well, I just thought of a couple of things when Evora was mentioning, when you asked about the cost. We're getting terrific results spending $10 a day.
Right.
Suppose we were spending $25 or $30 or $50 a day.
Right.
I mean, I have my RV already.
And he would have if we hadn't kept changing, deciding which one we want.
Yeah, but it's really been an epiphany, as it were. You have been an excellent coach. And I would tell anyone, in fact, I've already referred one person to you.
Right.
That you can go out and you can spend a lot more money somewhere else.
Yep.
And won't get a tenth of the results that you'll get with Cecilia. The hands-on touch that she has, the skills that she has, the ability to relate and transfer her information, her knowledge to you is well worth the price of a latte.
And so in my other world as a real estate broker, I had every alphabet after my name that's possibly out there. So I was also a PhD in biology, BUYOLGY, because we represented buyers.
Yes.
So I say that to say I spent a lot of money for self-development courses, for self-improvement courses.
Yeah.
But everything that I spent also projected me ahead of everyone else.
Right.
So you look at where you are and where you want to go.
Yes.
And in order for you to get there, you need that self-development.
Yep.
So, you can DIY it or you can try to DIY it. But if you want to be able to move forward, then invest in yourself.
Yes.
And by joining Cecilia, you invested in yourself. And we hope to see you around.
And, I always tell people, people say, well, how much does it cost to join your business? And I give them an amount. And they say, well, I got to spend money. I said, if you were a child and you wanted to have a lemonade stand,
right,
somebody's going to have to spend some money.
Yep.
I don't care what business. If you don't spend money properly, you're never going to get ahead. You can't make it. Money's coming from somewhere.
Exactly.
So the most important asset that a person has in business is themselves.
Yep.
So if you don't invest in yourself, you can be a one-trick pony. Or no pony at all.
Right.
And you have to say, you can throw money after money after money.
Right.
Or you can listen to people who've experienced, and Cecilia is not paying us.
No.
but she really is helpful. She really takes you by the hand. She doesn't talk down to you, and she makes sure that you understand each step along the journey.
Yes.
So, she's the person with the starting gun to say, okay, let's get started.
Yep.
She's running right beside you. She's not standing over in the grandstand. So, okay, don't forget, there's a curve coming up here. Here's a hurdle. No, she's right there with you, helping you to see what's ahead, overcome any objections or obstacles that you have, how to maneuver, and then how to gauge your success.
Yes.
And so, Cecilia, I just want to let everyone else know that probably wondered, well, you're 70 years old and you're still doing this. He's 76 and you're still doing this. So do you not have what you need to make it? Yeah, we're fine. If we never did anything else, we have enough income coming in for our investments, for my real estate, and for everything else. But you know what? This gives us an opportunity to help other people.
Yes.
It also gives us an opportunity to increase what we give to charitable contributions.
Yes.
So we do this, and we're also building a generational wealth for our children, our grandchildren, and on down the line. So we get to do this now so that we can leave and continue to live our legacy. And that's what we want you to do. You know, we work with a lot of older people in our congregation that are 90, 95, and we're able to help them with whatever they need because we have the funds. Okay, so I just want you to understand, we're not doing this so that we can be able to pay bills for ourselves.
Right.
But we are doing this so that we can be able to help other people. And that's what we want you to do. You don't have to have $1 million to be able to help someone else. You just need to have more than what they have.
Exactly. And you have to care, you know, you have to have a spirit of caring and giving. And that's what I love what I do. When I stepped into this entrepreneurial space, I did not know almost 5 years later I would be here, but my steps were ordered by God. And by God, I am so blessed to meet amazing people like you and William. As I mentioned, about 35-ish% of my clients this year have been network and affiliate marketers, which is why I wanted to create a course specifically that talks about some of the obstacles that you have to overcome. Because again, you can't talk about your products, you can't talk about your company, you can't say home business, you can't say money making. There's so many triggers that you can't do, but there's so much more that you can. And you two are the perfect example of what you can do when you set your mind to it. So it is my pleasure to be able to work with you and help you build your business online.
And thank you for working with us.
Yes, it's been a joy.
Yes.
And we have developed a close working friendship.
Yes.
And Cecilia's just part of the family now.
Yep.
Quite on rice, you can't get rid of us.
I know. I always say my clients become my friends because I get intimately involved with your business because your success is my success. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you again for giving me your time this Saturday afternoon. I wanted to share with the world how amazing you are. The fact that you are doing this at your age because you want to, not because you have to. And the fact that you are changing so many lives by helping people get healthy so they can enjoy their wealth. And again, for anybody watching live or replay, if you want to reach out to William and Evora, we for short, their link is in the description of this video. You can get their vitamin checklist where you're going to learn the right questions to ask about supplements, why it's essential for vitamins to be delivered to specific regions of your digestive system. You'll find out about how vitamins are absorbed into your bloodstream and so much more. Remember, 70 and 76, they take one prescription. They take less prescriptions than I do, and I'm 52, so I got to get on the stick. So with that being said, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Karen, Chrissy, Stacy, for stopping by. We appreciate you. Anybody watching the replay, again, reach out to William and Evora. Their page is in the description, their landing page, so you can get their checklist, their vitamin checklist. But you can also find them on Facebook. If you type in Best Health for Wealth, you'll land on their Facebook page and you can enter into their world. So thank you both for your time this afternoon. And I'll look forward to many, many more success stories to come.
And so do we. Bye.